I don't care what you fit me into, I don't care what brand, I don't care what shaft, but I just want to know what's the best for me.
Okay.
I have zero bias.
Same
He's
shaft.
not showing me the bottom, so I don't know what, I know it's Titleist, but I don't know what Titleist it is.
How does it look behind the ball?
Gorgeous. It's got sinking well on earth to go from here. That was really nice.
It's fine.
I've been fitted for a lot of drivers throughout the years, but today I've come to SGGT to get fitted for a totally unbiased driver to help me play my best golf ever. And the man tasked with that challenge, Scott, how are you doing, mate?
Good, yeah?
Very good, thank you. So I'm really excited by this. A couple of weeks ago, I did an iron fitting down at SGGT Chapeltown. Chesterfield. Chapeltown, where have I got that from?
Close.
But it was really, really good. The guys really enjoyed it who were watching. And basically, I don't care what you fit me into. I don't care what brand. I don't care what shaft. But I just want to know what's the best for me.
Okay.
Because often I think people go to the big manufacturers with a driver already preempted in the head, and it can often be a bit of a waste of time and money.
Let's find what works.
Okay.
What do you play just now?
So now I'm using a Paradigm Triple Diamond head.
Okay.
And religiously I always get fitted into either like a Hazardous 6.0 or the KBS TD shaft, something like that.
Start with something similar and see where we go.
Like that and see where we go. But yeah, like I said, guys, I think this is really important. If you are going to get your best value for money, your best driver that can help you perform to your potential, see how passionate I am about that, then you have to make sure that you just go in and ask for the best that can work for you. So, fantastic facility you've got here, Scott.
Yeah, definitely. I think it gives us the opportunity to try all heads and all shafts and really fine tune it and work out what works best for you.
Yeah. Got the workshop behind us there as well. We'll be making the clubs.
Yeah, I think everything we kind of fit, we build on site as well, so we can build it to our tolerances and use an array of shafts as opposed to being restricted by what a manufacturer kind of offers. Right, 10.5?
Yeah. Right, so this is pretty much the driver I've been using. It wasn't necessarily fitted, so it'd be interesting to see where we do go with this. And that's pretty much the shot.
That is the flight.
Yeah, just like that low kind of little heely cut.
You know what you're getting, though. It bounds its way on. It's not going to get any bother.
Usually the carries a little bit more, but it's still early. We've had a big breakfast, so. That was incredibly towy. I was worried for you there. It is at the pylon.
You enjoy this as a head?
I do, because I feel like when I miss-hit it, I know carries down, but I know it bounds on, like you said.
So you'd far rather have something that came out flat and ran than popped up in the sky?
I mean, if you're going to give me another 20 yards carry, then no. But
okay.
I feel like certainly for me, I mean, I feel there's more club head speed in there, potentially more ball speed in there, but certainly I like the idea of a decent miss-hit.
Okay, how's it going? I'm just going to change shaft to start with.
Okay.
Change the profile a wee bit and see if we can get that launch up just a fraction, see if we can get carry to get going. So Acra GX 260 M4 to begin with.
Yeah. So generally here, would we look at trying to get the shaft fitted first and then go through the heads? Or?
I think every golfer's different and every fitting's very unique.
And very unique.
And I think it's difficult to say what you would do. Some guys are very, very different to others. There are guys that come in that only want a Callaway head or only want a Cobra head. So those guys are different. Some guys it's finding a shaft. Some guys have got a shaft that's really, really close, so we can try heads to start with. It just varies from golfer to golfer.
Yeah. Right, AI Smoke Triple Diamond, 10.7, Chris. Interesting. Again, quite typical.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that was nice. Felt more middled.
It's not a bit of connection. So between the two shafts, you've definitely got a wee jump in ball speed.
Yeah. It's funny, this shaft actually feels like, not softer, but it makes the head feel acoustically nicer.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, for whatever reason, where you've loosened off a little bit more, spin's jumped up a wee touch. But that ball speed's jumped up, which we quite like. That's never
See, like 275 for me is around right as well.
That's not a bad number.
Yeah. I like that.
Is that too high or does that look all right?
So it's going to depend on, like, 'cause visually, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all, to be honest.
It's definitely, carry's definitely up on the other shaft that you've been playing.
Yeah.
Like you found 15 yards of carry almost quite quickly. The total number's only up 6 or 7 yards.
But it's the same head, same loft.
Yeah. So it's could you hit that low shot that you want to play with it, or have we just made this one dimensional and you're now hitting a shot that you don't actually like the look of? Good.
Yeah. So that carry's going to be down, but that's the shot that I want it to.
So then the beauty of that is it allows you to hit the stock shot, or you're trying to carry a bunker or whatnot, it's that little bit higher, but if you want to hit that one that's flatter and chasing, you've got that in the locker as well.
Yeah.
Rather than being restricted to that one shot.
That's what I love about this head, because that was so toey and low, and it's going to come out really good.
Yeah, it's done all right. It's not popped up on you.
No.
Yeah, spin 2.9 on a one that low at the face definitely
2.76, it's one of the longer ones, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And every fitting I've ever had, we've almost had the discussion of my kind of home is here. A little bit of the toe, because it drags spin down a little bit.
Yeah.
Generally. Do you have many people like that where you're almost not fitting for the middle of the face?
There'll certainly be guys you'll fit for a miss.
Yeah.
It varies. Depends what the golfer's tendencies are.
They took Chris's head off of the tee, though.
I like that flight.
I do, yeah.
Right, let me see again. Let's try some different heads.
It's funny with the irons. I did this and just did it totally blind. So Lawrence passed me the head. I looked down at it with the clubs. You can tell straight away, can't you?
You can't really do blind with wood. It doesn't work the same way. Right, so same loft, same shaft.
He's not showing me the bottom, so I don't know what. I know it's a Titleist, but I don't know what Titleist it is.
How does it look behind the ball?
Gorgeous. Looks really nice. Oh yeah. It's a lot straighter, isn't it?
Yeah. We jumping ball speed there as well.
That felt lovely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's a nice shape, isn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. And I wasn't really trying to hit any kind of particular shot. I was just trying to make a swing. What's my swing path? Don't be 10.
7.
7. Oh. That's not ideal, Chris, is it? Not as bad as 10.
For a bad one, it's done really all right.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? I imagine that to be short carry, but it's like dispersion-wise in.
Yeah, spin fell off a bit. It launched high enough that we
got
got away
bad
with
at
it.
all, really, yeah. Around that 275-ish number, isn't it?
It looked like it was higher out of the face than that. It didn't look like...
It was high toe.
And you compare those two shots, one's low, one's, in hindsight, perfection, a hair out the toe and a hair high, and you've lost 5 mile an hour of ball speed.
It's funny as well, because whenever I go on like GC quad, the carry's around 265 to 270, but total's similar. Whereas Trackman, it's religiously always really low.
There's always 20 or 30 yards in it.
Which is a lot of difference, isn't it? That's that dippy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's in play, but it's not really the one you want, is it?
No.
So that was probably similar to the triple diamond.
Yeah.
Right? Still runs out the same.
Yeah, you don't for somebody that's down on it and across it, you don't generate millions of spin.
No, it's strange. And it's just happened this year that where I've probably hit too many balls without really practicing.
Aye.
And the path's just got generally worse and worse. Whereas I used to kind of get inside of it, throw the hands at it and hit it left.
But the more you've played golf rather than practice, you've developed the safe shot.
That felt nice. See, I'd rather stand there all day, really, and hit something similar to that, you know, where it's just moving to the left a little bit.
Yeah, you know what you're getting.
And then manage it through aim. It's got us thinking, where on earth do I go from here? Oh, yeah.
What's that?
It's got us thinking, where on earth do I go from here?
Help.
I do feel like I'm going to keep that in play quite well.
Yeah. The shaft definitely works well.
Ball speed was good on that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, spin up, maybe a hair across that one a little bit more with the shape, but yeah, if that's the bad one, I'm ecstatic. Let me see again. We'll try GT2 and see if making it more forgiving helps.
Yeah, so I went down to Titleist and GT2 was the head at the time.
10? 9?
Was that a 10?
Yeah.
Probably was 10, yeah. And I've always gone 9 in past, haven't I? Do you remember the tailor-made fitting in California? 11.5. Shut up, Chris.
Let's go 9. It's at 9.3, so we'll see what it looks like.
Same shaft.
Same shaft.
GT2. So CG moved back a little bit here. Slightly elongated head. Although they have made a good job of making these look good, haven't they?
Yeah, it looks so much better than previous years. I think a better player could now play this, whereas I think when it was TS or TSI, they kind of hid away from it.
That was really towy. I've nearly missed that. Look at the ball speed.
Smash factor through the roof. Swing.
Only a couple of shots in. It doesn't feel as like I can stand there and hit consistent shots with it. What do you think looking at those?
Spin's definitely up. I think the one that you get across it in the GT2, the spin pops up, whereas in GT3, spin stayed where you wanted it to be. I think typically for some golfers, that spin going up, that's not the end of the world. But when we spoke about what you want it to look like, you'd rather the bad one, the spin stayed low and it just ran and it was quite flat looking.
Yeah, like if I try and hit that little one that maybe turns over a touch.
That was pure.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just a better golf swing, isn't it? But you notice how it's not turning. It just stayed pretty straight.
Yeah, there's not much movement in that at all.
That's pretty optimum though, isn't it? For what
I think, see GT2, spin rates fluctuated a little bit more for you.
Yeah.
Whereas in GT3, the one that you didn't quite catch, the spin rate stayed low. So I appreciate like the good one with that's a little bit longer, but the bad one for you and what you want the bad one to look like, I actually think you get more out of GT3 than you do.
It's funny because I get a lot of comments, like I've been saying a lot this year, I'm not swinging at my best. And like I'll be open and honest with myself. And people say, when are you going to swing at your best? It's like, well, how often do people swing at the best, realistically?
Nah, you're going to have days like that. I think most club golfers, they'll have kids, they've been at their work all week or whatnot. They pitch up on a Saturday morning and it's how do you get away with your B game?
Yeah.
It's not going to be your A game every week. It's can you still enjoy it when you're not playing good?
Yeah.
So that's the one in the 2. It's fast. It'd be interesting to see what happens to spin.
Yeah, because I mean, there's 2 good ones in a row, isn't it?
So if the last one was at 2,300, it feels like that's popped up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It's not really high. It's good though. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely food for thought with that one. That's lower.
The more you've got into it, the better it's got.
Yeah. Lower loft as well, that wasn't it? 9.3.
Yeah, I think you need to cheat the loft down a little bit for 2 versus 3 just to control that spin.
Yeah.
Good though.
Really interesting, guys, as well. If we have a look at the heads that we have here, they all have the exact lofts on them. So a lot of people might think, oh, a 10.5 is always a 10.5 or a 9 is always a 9. You can see that there are a couple of anomalies, we'll say, where potentially they're not the exact loft. It's really important to know exactly what you are working with in a fitting and what you buy as well.
Cobra?
Why not? I have zero bias. Anyone who's looking for a shaft as well, what can potentially, hopefully help you hit it over the lake at Woolley Park Golf Club on the 1st. Is it this one, Chris, the 40 grammer? Yeah. Yeah, so mid-handicap Dave, that...
Is it on screen now?
It will be on screen now, you're right, yeah. Dave! Right. Sorry, Dave. Not a huge fan of the look of this head.
Okay.
It's the slightly more elongated one. If I look at that, Chris, down at the ball, slightly more elongated. I could forgive it if it obviously works incredibly well. But you do have to like what you're playing with, don't you? Look
yeah, definitely. Especially something like a driver that you're going to hit 10 times around.
I don't know if I'm just put off by the look of that.
The look doesn't do it for me, that's for sure.
No. That was better, though.
That was good. That feels solid as well.
It did, to be honest. I'm amazed the ball speed is that low. I feel that's just kind of going out there and then floating away and doing whatever it wants.
Yeah, there's no real control over that trajectory, is there?
I should respectfully give you that back.
3 man hour slower than the Titleist club head speed.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, for club head speed? Aerodynamics can't be that big. Or can they?
Ping G430.
I like this. I like both of the carbon crowned ones. I like the LS Tech and the 10K. I'm not a huge fan of the normal one.
So I'm going to go LS on the basis that Paradigm Triple Diamond, GT3, so it's typically been the lower spinning head from the brand that you've liked.
It's strange, isn't it, as well, that, because I've said to you as a fitter, I like the idea of the forgiveness, but I've actually hit the lower spin model slightly better.
I think from a forgiveness, if you talked about ball speed remaining high on bad strikes, the forgiving heads have arguably been better. But from a ball flight standpoint, the ball flight you want to see when you hit a bad one, actually the lower spinning head keeps it on the flight you want to see it on.
And that's about fitting for what you want to see on the golf course, not just on the little box, isn't it?
Yeah, the little box is great and brilliant, and we need it, but it's what do you need to see on the golf course? And I'm similar to yourself, I hate to see that one that pops up, so it's the lower spinning head definitely for you gives us what we want it to see.
Well, the combination, that, Chris, isn't it? Not a Cara that I've called it for the last 2 years. Low left to kick off with. Interesting how that starts left and just tries to kind of cut back.
Yeah, it's trying to come back, isn't it? Certainly thinking about it. Oh, we give a bit of that.
That did feel really good, actually.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Yeah. So far, I'd say between that and the Titleist, definitely.
Yeah. Titleist spin numbers just look better.
Yeah.
You swap you back the way.
Yeah, the Titleist probably felt better as well.
Right, okay. What about shape behind the ball?
Both, I like them both. I wouldn't feel upset if you fitted into either of them.
Right, we'll hit a couple of tailor-made, see what it does. Again, same concept, we'll go QI10 LS. So keep spin down in hindsight.
I do find with this, with the carbon face, I do get those low spin ones, which if you're launching it and you're on your game, are quite nice.
Amazing, yeah. We'll just set it up at 10.5 as well.
Okay. What's this one as opposed
This
to?
is 10.5 to be fair.
TaylorMade on it. 10.5 is 10.5. What would you say the best brand is for that kind of matching your
They've all got their good ones and their bad ones.
No, so that's what the worst brand is, because I thought that wouldn't be fair. I've always liked the look of TaylorMade drivers, always. That does look really nice. That's nice, isn't it?
Good shape.
Yeah.
A little bit higher than some of the others, but
Yeah.
I like it.
Bang straight. Try and hit that maybe a hair lower.
Flatten one out, yeah, go for it.
Carbon copy. Exactly. Those numbers will be exactly the same. Would you maybe try lowering the loft on that to bring that down, or is it something that you think the spin wouldn't marry it?
I think you could try and lower loft to bring spin down, but I think the launch is actually quite a good number.
Yeah.
So you're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit. If you got the launch to come down, then spin would come down, but then you're talking about carry coming down significantly because you're launching it at 7 and 8 degrees.
Yeah. That's just spinning too high, isn't it, for me?
Yeah.
Pleased to have tried it, though. I think it's important that the last thing you want to do when you leave a fitting is think, I wish I'd have tried that. I wish I'd have tried that shot. I wish I'd asked that question. Always ask the question, always try what you want to try and what the fitter wants you to try, and always make sure you leave having no stone left unturned.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of having all the heads. There'll be certain ones that you can rule out via conversation that that's not going to work because X or Y, but try them. Let's see what it does. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You hit a couple and you hate it.
Yeah. I hate it past you on the course all the time. It's proper going in my head though. Titleist just 0.1 off.
So this was the boy earlier. This is the one that you could hit.
Yeah.
Flights you wanted to hit. Numbers were what you wanted the numbers to be.
Nice looking head.
Yeah. Ticks all the boxes.
And this is the only one that'll be current next year.
Titles will be current next year as well.
Which, I mean, if you think about that, is a lot of people will be thinking about that, won't they, this time of year, November?
Yeah, definitely. New one's en route. Yeah, ball speed up instantly.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've held on to a wee touch and it's down the left wing, but
I'd say that's the best feeling one
yeah,
as well. And it's amazing because I have tried all these drivers in my testing and my fitting. Obviously, we use the Golfstone launch monitor, but I've never tried this shaft, and the shaft has made them all feel that little bit softer in face.
Okay.
So for anyone that plays golf for the enjoyment and the feel and stuff, it's amazing how the shaft difference can make a difference in.
Yeah, I think the other good thing about it, I think having the system where we've got it, is you can try all the heads with the same shaft. So you work out which head is the best, not which head and shaft combo. That was pumped.
That was really nice. And we haven't had that kind of 280-ish number with any of them apart from this, have we?
Yeah, this is definitely the longest one, that's for sure. Go and just let me flatten the head a wee touch to see if we can take the left out a wee fraction.
How much can that be down to the confidence and the inspiration of liking the look of the head?
You need to like it, and I think now that you're seeing better results, your club head speed's picked up a little bit, you're hitting it a little bit harder as well.
107, Chris, 0.5.
So exactly the same loft, I've just flattened the head a little touch.
Yeah.
I just want to see if we can change that direction.
Yeah. It's so strange because at the fitting of at Titleist, it's hard to say really, but I didn't really like the feel of this at all. Because I'm quite enjoying this. That's necky, but it's in play.
So I think, see, if you typically spoke about a driver that was the lower spinning version and a lack of forgiveness.
Yeah.
For that there, how far it came out the heel, ball speed's only dropped 3 or 4 miles an hour. I get that spin rates jumped up a touch, but it's on the fairway, it's still in play.
What I'm really pleased with this shaft is they're all in play.
Yeah.
I can be red arrow bad. Really
Yeah, the thing
bad.
is, you've pulled a couple, but you know if you're playing golf today, you just started down the right wing and you know it's coming back.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I'd keep hitting this just out of enjoyment now.
Yeah. Yeah, normally you'd have wrapped it up by now, but you're actually quite enjoying hitting them.
Yeah. I think we'll finish on that one. Whoa. It does feel really, that combination feels lovely.
292.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it? I like it a lot.
That has been really eye-opening for me because even going down to Titleist, I got fitted into the GT2
Okay.
with a shaft that I don't think was as all-round a nicer package.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Brilliant.
Totally unbiased fitting. Thank
Thanks,
you
pal.
very much. Guys, if you are in the area in Edinburgh, make sure you do check out SGGT, or if you are down in Chesterfield, make sure you check them out as well. There's one in Europe, in Holland, so check them out as well. I'm taking that, you're not even having it back.